Hello, and welcome to the We Recommend podcast, a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here and listen to us discuss. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
Hey, Buzz, you're flying
This isn't flying. This is falling with style.
to infinity and beyond, because this week we recommend Toy Story.
Rock hard right now.
Yeah, me too. Well, I was going to start the podcast by saying, let's do the most family-friendly podcast we've ever done.
Well, no, I will say
that's
that
what this movie is, family-friendly.
The first time I saw this movie, and it may come to some surprise that my dad was making dick jokes about Woody's name.
No way.
The entire movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Your dad sounds cool.
No, he can't be.
Jeez, hope he doesn't listen to this podcast.
He doesn't.
He's still mad about Christmas.
He's mad about it.
Inside jokes. So, did you watch this as a kid? How old were you when this movie came out in 95?
So 95, I was 11.
Cool.
Yeah, I did not see it in theaters.
Yeah, me
saw
neither.
it at my dad's.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Dad, his name's Woody. What are you even talking about?
You start the movie, your dad just pulls out a piece of paper with a bunch of penis jokes. Like, I'm ready to begin.
Bastard.
Let me know when you want to record or watch it.
He's like, you're going to be an adult now.
Yeah. But man, this movie, it holds up. I mean, I've watched
awesome,
it
man.
like, I don't know, probably 3 times this decade.
This week.
I mean, it's not like I don't watch this, I mean, I do watch it. Nah, I don't know what I'm saying. But
well, it's one of the first Disney movies I own on like VHS.
yeah, now if you own it, you got to pay like $500
Oof.
because they're like, well, if you're going to buy our movies and you don't want them on streaming, you have to suffer. Because I had to watch it with ads.
Nice.
Yay.
You don't have Disney Plus?
Well, we have Disney Plus, but we don't have the version without ads. And they make you watch ads for everything now.
I guess I have the version without ads and I didn't even know it.
You might. And I'm mad at you for having
Is
it.
that because we have Hulu and Disney combined?
Well, we also have that.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's
There are
annoying.
no ads. I guess I'm just better than you.
Yeah, I guess so. So what about when watching it as a child versus watching it now? Like, what do you think of? Like,
It's still fucking awesome.
you think it's better or worse?
It's not, I wouldn't say it is not better, but it's also not worse.
Yeah, I actually think it's better as an adult because I love all the voice actors in it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just
maybe you're
knowing-
right.
Like Jim Verne.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Ernest himself. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love Buzz and I love Woody, obviously. But man, like the dinosaur, Mr. Potato Head, and Slinky the dog and Ham, they're like my favorite 4 characters in the
God, they're
movie.
amazing.
And the dinosaur is Rex. I don't want to
But I definitely
disrespect Wallace Shawn.
like seeing it now as a full grown man.
Mm-hmm.
The scene where Buzz is drunk as fuck off the tea.
Yeah.
I really had a good laugh about that.
Yeah.
I never noticed that as a kid.
It's so funny.
I just thought he was like in distress, which he was.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah. I mean, he's like depressed and out of his mind.
Yeah, but he seemed like super fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
He had been in an all-day bender with Sid's sister.
The little sister Hannah.
Hannah, yeah. Do you think
So
they're Jewish?
I don't know why. I don't know their last name. I just
don't know.
assume his last name is Vicious because it's Sid.
Yeah,
Sid
I bet it
Vicious.
is.
Yeah.
I like Sid, though. I like him more and more.
Yeah. I know. I really relate to him. I was nothing like him as a kid,
I
but
was.
I mean,
Kinda.
he's
just a little.
he's better than bland ass Andy. Ugh.
Blandy.
It's like, well, I just think I look over and like all these little toys in a little perfect little house. Look over to Sid's house.
I know, it's so
Seems to have a nice
depressing.
mother, but the father just lays in a recliner and drinks and watches TV all day. He
It's
wasn't drinking, but I can only assume.
He was definitely most likely drinking.
And then Hannah, Sid's sister, gets like some of the alcohol, pours
She's
it in the
so
tea, and the next
sweet.
thing you know, Buzz is drunk out of his
yeah,
mind.
he's as drunk as hell.
Yeah.
What do they put in that tea?
It's like, I'm just like, dang it.
That's sake.
It's like, we got to give Sid a break here, okay?
But yeah, like Sid
He has
is
a family that allows him to put 75 locks on his door.
and he's like super interested in rocket science.
Yeah. Like once he decides to not be a crazy person, like he might be smart.
Yeah. And
But
like
now he's going to live a life of fear.
no, he's probably a congressman now.
No, he's in one of the other Pixar movies.
What?
I think it's either he's in 3 or 4 or
No
maybe it's a
way.
different one. And he's like a trash man. Trash man.
Trash man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So what's the movie about?
It's about
Or what did it mean to you as a kid? And now what do you think the movie is about as an adult?
man, that's interesting. I think as a kid, you're just thinking it's very top level. Like you just think, oh, here's a toy. He's got it his way. Another toy's coming in,
Yeah.
the new popular toy, and it makes you really look at your toys. You're like, I got to play with all you guys
It's
like an
like,
OCD
It's
asshole.
like, I got too many toys now.
I got to play with all of you now because you're alive and you have souls. But like,
I don't want my Batman action figure to get mad at me for only playing with my Goldberg action figure.
yes, and I've seen like some of these reality shows. That there was one in particular I remember that this movie makes me remember about this woman who had 1,000 pairs of shoes. She was obsessed with shoes, and she had to put each one of them on every single day, or else she thought they would feel bad. And like, yep, that seems about right. Like, once you figure out that they have souls, like you kind of have to.
The shoes are like, oh God, here we go. We actually like not being used. It's painful.
You got that one pair that's like, oh yeah.
Oh gosh, I wish your foot was bigger.
That's horrible.
Well, somehow we got there. I was thinking, I was like, man, like as a kid, I was probably just like, oh, toys. It's just about friendship and toys are cool, But now I'm just like, damn, this is about friendship, accepting others.
It's kind of about like a guy like getting replaced in his job and having to train the new guy.
Yeah. Well, and also it's just like, like if you ever had a friend group and it's like, you're like, I'm like the cool one or whatever.
Yeah,
and then it's like someone else comes up and it's like, whoa, this
cooler.
guy's more handsome, funnier, and he just seems like a cooler guy. And
He's got a blinking light.
I'm just like, who the hell am I then? Huh?
Oh
What
man,
is
I gotta
this?
kill this guy.
It's also like, accepting people for who they are. Like, just think about like being at work and it's like, oh, even if you don't like somebody, and it's like, or if you think you don't like somebody, it's like, well, maybe get to know them. Maybe they'll be cool and you can all be friends. It's just like me and you at work. I remember when you wanted to be a backup palletizer, and I was like, I don't want to train this guy. I hate training. I'm gonna have to like talk to him. It's gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
And look, 8 years later, we have a podcast.
I was falling asleep standing up.
Yeah, you'd sneeze and almost pass out sometimes.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong
I was
with
on
this.
a lot of heavy medication.
I was like, who is this guy? You were falling asleep a lot.
I did a few
times.
times.
That was pretty wild.
But I feel like these toys have like a cult mentality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
living alone in Andy's room, separated from the
weird.
world. I feel like they and then they were just okay with just throwing Woody to his death.
Yeah, dude. They were like, we need no trial or anything. It's the guillotine or nothing. And it's like Mr. Potato Head and Ham, they're a little too ruthless. That's what I love about them.
They did team up a little bit. Yeah.
Because they love each other and hate each other at the same time. I think they hate each other how similar they are. So outside of Woody and Buzz, which they rule, we all agree. Woody and Buzz, the best. Which one's what's your favorite second toy? Like the secondary character toy?
I really like Bo Peep.
Yeah.
I think she's great.
Okay, let's not go into any other details about it. Let's just say,
she really gets it. She gets what she wants.
it's like,
That's
dang.
all I gotta say.
It's like, man, if that toy fell over, let me get a peek.
No. Little Bo Peepee right now. Oh, no.
My favorite is Rex.
Oh, Rex is
I
great.
love how just timid and scared he is as a dinosaur.
The biggest predator.
He's got so much anxiety and he's nervous, and I'm like, I relate. I get it. When they're like, whose side are you on, Rex? He's like, I don't like confrontation. I was like, cheers, Rex. This one's for you, buddy.
One of the other ones I thought really got undersold was Mr. Spell. He has the power.
He kind of rules.
He could be a billboard for anything.
Like when they say, oh, it's his birthday's today. And just, what?
Yeah.
It's great. Another thing I want to go into, I kind of find it funny that Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are in a movie doing voices. Tom Hanks, Woody, obviously. Tim Allen, Buzz. And they're kind of like a perfect odd couple. Even in real life, they're both very funny people.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, Tim Allen. Home Improvement. Need I
Hilarious.
say more? What's the movie? The space movie?
Yeah.
He's pretending to.
The movie's fucking badass. Space Quest? Something Quest?
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest. Like, that movie's so funny and
It's
so
great.
good. And he's amazing. Alan Rickman. Oh, damn. I need to rewatch this movie.
God, that's going to be that. All right.
We gonna do this soon, bro.
Hell yeah, man. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But it's just that there's something about it, because you also have like Tom Hanks, very Democrat. Tim Allen, very Republican. And it's like they're just such, even just like the actors are such odd couples, and I think it comes out in their performances. And I think it's like, oh, this movie should be played before every debate or every election. So it'd be like, look, we're all people, man.
Just forcing Congress people to
We're all
access
toys.
their inner child.
And then it's like the two people running for presidency has to walk up in front of everybody and shake hands and say to infinity and beyond.
Yes. I love this new democracy.
And I think the world would be a better place because of it.
Fucking would be.
I just think it's kind of, I was just thinking about that while watching it. And I was like, this movie's kind of beautiful. I'm like, wait a second, this movie good? Who knew?
They'd give healthcare to toys before they give it to us.
That's true.
It'd be like the doctor shop in the Willy Wonka.
Every month they just send you a free pack of super glue and like some paint so you can repaint them. Like, cool. Well, I have cancer, but you know, that's fine. Let's take care of this toy.
Just paint your tumors, a little happy face on them.
All right, bro. Let's run into some freaking facts. So obviously this was like a huge, like milestone for Pixar and
Toys
like
are alive?
animation.
What?
So this was Pixar's first film, but it was also the first feature-length film that was completely computer animated, so like CG and stuff. Very first one. Changed everything.
That's wild.
Because every movie after this was not hand-drawn anymore. The film...
Wait, this was hand-drawn?
No, it wasn't hand-drawn anymore.
Oh, okay.
The film was a huge success, becoming the highest-grossing film of 1995 and getting nominated for 3 Academy Awards. Toy Story may not won any of the categories it was nominated for, but John Lasseter received a Special Achievement Award for the development of the technology used to create the film. So I got to ask, hand-drawn or CG and animation? Which one do you prefer?
I don't know. I feel like both have, their qualities. I do like hand-drawn movies. Like a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies, even the new ones, they look hand-drawn.
Yeah,
Definitely
they have like
not
CG in it a little bit.
Maybe.
Like starting with Princess Mononoke was the first one with a little bit of CG, like with the worms.
Hell yeah, dude. That worm was the shit.
Man, it's when I go back and like watch Aladdin or something, I'm like, hell yeah, love this animation. But then, you watch something new, like from Pixar, and it's like, I ain't going back to them caveman days. This rips. It's beautiful. It's great. So I kind of I have issues like picking one or the other because I'm like, I don't know. It's like they're both great, but also, does it matter?
Yeah,
as long as you enjoy the movie, right?
I don't think it matters as long as the writing is good.
Yeah, and I think that now most animated movies are so good. It's insane. And it's like, oh yeah. It's like, I don't know. As long as it's a good movie.
Sometimes they can have like really great animation and super bad writing. Or even if it's like a foreign film and it's all animated, it's just like bad dubbing or something. Or like there's some barrier that prevents us from like seeing the whole picture.
Yeah.
But I do love this type of animation.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's very rough in this one, but it still worked. I
No,
mean,
it's
it's like
great, man. That
rough
was great.
in terms of
It was the
sometimes
first one.
sometimes their faces scare me. So Joss Whedon saved the script.
No, get him out of here. What is he doing here?
So, he's been like a guy who's come in on so many different movies that we've covered at this point. So he wrote for Toy Story and even saved the script in a book called Joss Whedon Conversations, written by Cynthia Burkhead. Whedon explained, "They sent me the script and it was in shambles." But he went on to call Lasseter concept of toys coming to life gold. Toy Story was based on the Pixar short Tiny Toy, but in the book, Joss Whedon, the biography, the script for Toy Story was considered unwatchable since the lead characters came off as too sarcastic. Needless to say, if it wasn't for Whedon, Toy Story could have been very different and likely wouldn't have gotten 3 sequels, let alone 1. So yeah, once again.
What's your favorite Toy Story? Is it this one?
That's tough because like I was never like a big on Toy Story 2, and I loved Toy Story 3. Just me and the boys went to go watch it when it came out in theaters.
Shit.
We're all 4 crying at the end, just like, we have to hold each other.
Wait, is that the one where they went to the guy that abducted the...
It's the one where they go to like the toy store or whatever.
The toy store.
You got the big fluffy bear, like the bear guy.
That was the third one.
That was the third one, yeah.
All right.
The second one is the collector guy.
The collector.
Wants them. And the fourth one is Forky.
Forky was fucking awesome.
One of the best boys in town.
I fucking love Forky.
Yeah.
We used to have a little Forky.
It's just like, hey, what if we made a character that wants to die? or just calls himself trash.
It's like that little star from the Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
It's like accepting her death all the time.
Hell yeah. It's so good. It's like my favorite part of that movie. So originally, Buzz and Woody looked very different.
Oh.
So Buzz Lightyear and Woody have become instantly recognizable, but they almost look very different. Initially, Woody was actually the villain of Toy Story and was a vindictive ventriloquist dummy, like in 4.
Fuck yeah.
Instead of a stuffed drawstring cowboy doll. But also, Buzz also wasn't originally part of the film, but was instead going to be Tiny from the Tiny Toy short. After it was decided that a tiny toy wouldn't have been more desirable than Woody to a child, the astronaut idea came to be. He was named Lunar Larry, then Tempest from Morph, and finally Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, that's
thankfully, they figured it out.
Yeah, I'm glad that they waited until the third movie to like make it scary. Yeah, where, like Woody is the villain still. Yeah, he definitely tries to kill Buzz.
He's his own enemy in this movie. Well, he just wanted him to fall between
fall in line.
He just wanted him to fall in the crack.
It's like the toy Hitler.
If you don't look like me, you don't get to be in this house.
That's my fucking spot, asshole.
So at first, Tim Allen wasn't going to be the first choice for Buzz Lightyear. They wanted to get Billy Crystal.
Nah.
And for when animating like the characters for like tests and stuff, they used lines from Billy Crystal's movie When Harry Met Sally.
Oh wow!
I hope they did the orgasm scene.
That toy's having.
Yeah. Barbie and G.I. Joe were almost in Toy Story, but they decided not to, and they ended up in Toy Story 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all fucked up in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, they were wild. I love the Barbie part of the movie though. They're always just driving around in their car.
And 1,000 outfits.
Yeah. So I guess Tom Hanks ad-libbed the whole the arm waving when he like has his
That was
arm.
one of the best parts of the whole movie.
It really is. It's like the funniest part. But it's all ad-libbed by Tom Hanks, and they kind of animated around it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so this one goes, so there's a reason why Andy's dad isn't around in the movie. Too expensive to animate.
Another human?
Yeah. So they're like, screw it. Everybody has Andy's face, just slightly a little bit different, except for all his friends. It's like 5 Andys running around.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like all the kids look like Andy. I mean, Sid is just like
Andy with the fucked up teeth.
Very slightly different. And all like the hand of the little girl, I'm like, that's Andy with a wig on, essentially.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
and a dirty face.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for Sid's family.
I know. I wish we saw the mom. She seems like a nice lady.
I'm sure
She made him Pop-Tarts
she
after
did.
he was eating a bowl of cereal. It's like, that's so much sugar. No wonder this kid's amped up. He's got to blow things up. He don't know where to put all the sugar.
And they're letting him order explosives online.
Yeah.
Or whatever through the mail. I don't know if there wasn't really a whole lot of internet back then, but
Yeah. Oh, man. This movie rules. Dude, how much, like, something that I think about a lot is the Army Men movie.
Yeah, man.
So cool.
They're fucking awesome.
They're so great. It made me want to get Army Men.
Have you ever been to you've been to Disney World?
No. I've been Universal. That's
Okay.
it.
Disney World.
Disney World's way too expensive.
Yeah, it super sucks. But like the Toy Story Land area is awesome.
Oh, God.
And like so they have the Army Men march through and they've got snare drums and shit and they're marching.
Aww.
And they even got the little feet things.
Yeah.
They're not connected so they can actually walk.
Yeah.
But like they do have like they look like plastic around their feet.
Yeah.
And they're just like playing the drums and they sound amazing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I do have to go to Disney just for Toy Story Land.
It's great. And they got this one ride. It's like Jesse's shootout.
Oh yeah.
And
Classic, my shootout.
Oh yeah. Right.
Good bit.
No, it's so much fun because you get a little car and it takes you to a bunch of screens and you have a little it's your gun that you use to shoot.
Yeah.
And you're trying to make the high score, right?
Uh-huh.
So you just pull this little knob and you're like shooting things at the screen and it's amazing. It's so much fun. And like the Slinky Dog ride is amazing.
Oh, Slinky Dog.
I love Toy Story.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, Slinky Dog.
We just got rid of a Slinky Dog that we bought for my son.
Yeah.
When we first went to Disney World, and it like lights up in the middle. All his Slinkies light up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super cute.
Slinky Dog's such a good boy. All right, before we hop into the plot, I'm just gonna run down like the main top billed characters. So you got Tom Hanks as Woody, classic. Tim Allen, Buzz Lightyear. Oh, Don Rickles, R.I.P., Mr. Potato Head. Originally, he didn't want to do this movie. He's like, I don't do voice acting or voiceovers. I'm in movies. And then he's like, oh, okay, I'll do it.
Okay, 10 million?
Yeah.
I don't know how much got paid. Probably a lot.
Jim Varney, Slinky the dog. You know what I mean, Varney?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, God, Ernest saves everything.
I know, his voice is so like, if we ever needed a dog that smokes, it's Slinky.
Dude. Oh, Slinky. Wallace Shawn is Rex. Hell yeah. John Ratzenberger, as you probably have heard his voice in everything since this movie, is Ham.
Yeah, I mean, he's in so much shit.
Yeah.
He's like in everything that Pixar does now.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these
guys
got
one voice. I hope he's still alive. Annie Pops, Bo Peep, John Morris is Andy, Eric Von Denton is Sid, and Lori Metcalf is Andy's mother. And then, of course, Arlie Army is Sergeant, R.I.P.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, anytime they needed somebody with military experience after Full Metal Jacket, it was him. So,
I know. I thought he was dead before this got made.
No, he died I think a few years ago.
Wow. He had a good run, man.
Let's find out. Oh, 2018. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
The movie is directed by John Lasseter. To think about what he's done Toy Story, Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Cars, and Cars 2. So, it kind of fell off for a minute. And then it was written by Pete Docter. He did like Soul, Inside Out, Up, Monsters, Inc.
Oh, some bangers.
And Andrew Stanton also co-directed or co-wrote. He started with A Bug's Life as a co-director. He did Finding Nemo, Wall-E, John Carter, Finding Dory, and he did some other non-cartoon stuff.
Bug's Life is fucking amazing. I felt bad for John Carter.
I need to watch it. I hear it's good.
It's like 3 fucking hours long.
It was long. It cost so much money, and people were like, "Oh, this is one of those stories that George Lucas was like, oh, I read it. I'm gonna make my own movie about it." And everybody's like, they watch the movie and like, it's Star Wars. So why are we doing this? We already got 9 of the same movies over and over.
The only thing I remember about John Carter was I couldn't finish it because I wasn't interested, but I was also like 22. So
yeah,
Nothing really interested in me except for other stuff.
Yeah. I wonder what those could be. But since this is a family-friendly episode,
it is not.
We're going to hop into the plot and not talk about
I just
it.
don't want to say it.
Yeah. All right, man, let's hop into it. Toy Story, baby. A boy called Andy Davis, really said that really weird, uses his toys to act out a bank robbery. The bank is a cardboard box. The robber is Mr. Potato Head, assisted by Slinky Dog, that son of a bitch. And the bystanders include Bo Peep and her sheep. The day is saved by cowboy doll Woody playing the sheriff with help from Rex the dinosaur. And then, of course, you get some of his lines. Reach for the sky. You're my favorite deputy.
Do you think Mr. Potato Head is supposed to be ethnic?
Do not know. That's just the way those look.
Okay. All right.
I was like, I actually thought about watching it. Like, I'm sure he won't ask that question. Well, there was a point where I was like, man, there's no like, it's like all these dolls are white. And I was like, I bet Jason's going to ask whether Mr. Potato Head is white or not.
Got it. You called it.
And I called it. We've been friends for 8 years. I know him. So during the opening credits, you get the banger of all bangers. You got a friend in me.
How do you feel about this man?
Randy Newman?
I
don't really know that much about him, but he's got some bangers.
After seeing SNL make fun of him, I get
Mad TV.
Mad TV, yes, you're right.
Real sasso.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
That's all I think about now that I hear it.
Well, I know when me and Richard, we grew up and when we were growing up, we watched Mad TV and of course all the Toy Stories, and then we started listening to Randy Newman's, and I'm like, he's got some weird songs, man. You just kind of forget, like, oh yeah, some of these people lived through the 70s and 60s, and it's like,
he kind of sounds drunk all the time.
Yeah, he really does. He's got a song called "Short People." Have you ever heard it? You should listen to it. It's a wild song.
Oh my god!
But while you've got a friend in me, yeah, while you've got a friend in me is playing, Andy takes Woody downstairs to find his mother decorating the dining room for his birthday party. But like this is like a whole montage essentially, kind of, and like I love he gives Mr. Potato Head to like the baby that sleeps in the same room as him, which has to be super annoying as a child. And the baby's just demolishing Mr. Potato Head. It's so good. It's like, and then a little later, he's like, I didn't know I was supposed to be babysitting all the time. But yeah, he finds his mother downstairs decorating the room for the birthday party. He asks if they can leave the decorations up until they move, and his mom agrees. She says the guests will arrive soon and sends him back upstairs to get his baby sister, whose crib is in his room. And as soon as Andy leaves the room, Woody sits up and expresses surprise that the birthday party is today. The other toys come to life. How beautiful
that was
is this
awesome.
part? Everybody starts moving.
Hell yeah. It's awesome.
It's like no matter how many times I watch it, I'm still like, oh.
Magic.
I'm so glad my toys never came to life as a kid.
Did you ever see the sex toy story on Mad TV?
I don't think I saw that one.
It's a stop motion animation, and it's like all the sex toys have like faces and voices.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear is a dildo. Woody is like a doll that has like leather straps and shit on.
I have not seen that. I should look this up. I gotta look this up.
All right.
Oh, dang. We had no shot about the family-friendly episode. So Woody calls a staff meeting and tells Slinky Dog to spread the word. Within a few minutes, during which all this, Bo Peep makes a date with Woody for that evening. Ow! I wonder if the sheep watch.
They definitely do.
Yeah. So all those toys assemble. Woody starts by reminding them all to find a moving buddy so they don't get lost. I love it. They're like, I completely forgot to find a moving buddy. It's like, what else do y'all do?
Yeah, you don't have a lot going on.
You stay in one room mostly. But yeah, they don't want to get lost when they move to their new house, which will happen in a week. Then he tries to downplay the news that Andy's birthday party is happening today. Everybody's like, what? Rex worries that someone will give Andy another dinosaur, and many of the toys have similar concerns. But I love it.
Tracy the dinosaur is the best.
Tracy the dinosaur?
Yeah, I think it's the third one where they introduced I think she's a Triceratops.
Shit. Ooh, maybe I'll just watch all
she's
the Toy Stories
incredible.
today.
She's so good. Anyway,
We should do
sorry.
that. I should do that. I love that. Like Mr. Potato Head's like, oh, fuck you, Woody. And Slinky Dog's like, he's all like, oh, what are you talking about? Woody knows what he's doing.
Loyal.
He'll steer us in the right way. And Mr. Potato Head takes his lips off and starts touching his butt with it.
Kissing his
I'm
ass.
like, oh my God, let's go, Mr. Potato Head.
One of the best guys. He's got all the best gags.
Yeah. This movie is still very sarcastic. Josh Whedon might have come in to tone down the sarcasm, but it's still very sarcastic. That is for sure. So Woody tries to calm them down. He's interrupted when Ham, the piggy bank stationed near the window, announces that the guests are arriving. The toys rush to the window to see parents or the presents the kids are bringing. The bigger boxes make them especially nervous.
They're freaking out. It's so funny when that kid turns sideways and it's huge.
Yeah. Ham's like, we're next month's garage sale fodder for sure. And then Woody says, send out the troops.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I had a video game,
Yeah,
a Toy Story video game. And it's like you do all the Army Men stuff.
But you're like fighting with real weapons. And
Was it
stuff.
Sega or was it PlayStation?
I don't remember.
I think it was Sega Genesis that I had it on. But like you would.
I think the 64 had it.
Oh yeah, I didn't have a. So it's probably Genesis because that's kind of like the 1-to-1 I think comparison. Or was Genesis more of a Super? I don't know. Who cares? But like you could play whenever you're hiding as the cup, so you'd like move and you'd have to stop and not get caught.
Oh no.
I
was thinking of there was one game on the 64 that was you were just the army dudes.
Oh.
In the Toy Story world. And you
it was
just
like
had war
it was an
all
army
the
game.
time.
Yes, and you had like mortars and stuff that you could fire. Yeah, I had that game on PlayStation.
You just kill the shit out of each
Yeah,
other.
I love that game. I've actually tried to find that game because I really wanted to play it. My brother gave all the games to somebody, and I'm like,
oh, lame.
There was also this like dope tank game that we had. Oh.
Yeah, you could like flamethrowers and stuff. They just melt.
Yeah, it was so cool.
So brutal.
I gotta look that up.
These guys have a rough life, man.
For real. Oh, I love my Army Men though. Setting them up, so fun.
I felt so like seen when the mom steps on the army man. She's like, "What the fuck?"
It's like, God dang it, Andy! After this, I'm grounding you for my the new toy you just got. As soon as this party's over,
like imagine if it would have been a Lego, she would have probably dropped the cake and thrown it across the room or something.
So
I'm surprised there weren't Legos.
Yeah, I might not just have the rights to use them.
I guess you can't give them souls.
Potentially.
They're just building material.
Yeah, you can. Lego movie. One of the best
but not the
animated
individual
movies ever.
Legos.
Yeah.
They don't have to have voices.
That's
it's
true.
way
That's
expensive.
true. Maybe once you like put them together, that's when they come to life.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
So they send out the troops, which means little green plastic soldiers come out. They lower a baby monitor to the first floor and hide it within a plotted plant where they can observe the opening of the gifts and report back to Toys Andy's room. At first, the presents seem non-threatening. He gets a lunchbox, bed sheets.
Who invited that
guy? A battleship game, but Andy's mom pulled, and everybody's like, "Oh, whew, we made it!" And then Andy's mom pulls a surprise present from the closet.
God damn.
That bitch. But before they hear what it is, Rex knocks the speaker off the table and batteries fall out. Potato Head's just like smashing them into the back of it. It's so great. Sarge warns that the kids are headed upstairs, but the toys barely have time to resume their previous positions before the stampede thunders in. Like all of the same character animations coming in at once. But what I love about this scene is you get they all go hide, and it's like you get the perspective of the toys, and like they're so low to the ground, and it's just like, as a kid, it's like, what if I was a toy? To see all these, it's actually terrifying and gives me anxiety watching it as an adult. Like when you they're under the bed and you see this feet, and I'm like, God, it must suck as a toy. You could get smashed. So that's how it changed a little bit.
You were just more afraid.
Yeah, I'm just more. It's like I man, I should probably get on some meds or something. I get way too anxious. Stupid stuff makes me anxious.
It's all right.
Oh, one of the kids sweeps Woody off the bed, saying, "Make space."
He's like, "Fuck you, bitch," and he just backhands him.
Just like Woody's like, "Well, fuck me. I guess I'll just lay down here. They put something down where Woody was, and Andy's mom calls them back to play the games, and suddenly the room is empty again.
Andy's mom, give him time.
Yeah, dude.
They just got up there.
How about also take your toy downstairs? The toys creep out of their hiding places to see the new toy, pausing in surprise when Woody crawls out from under the bed because why would he ever throw Woody down on the ground?
He's done with his Woody.
The new toy has taken Woody's place on the bed, which stresses Woody out. Actually, it stresses everybody out. And it's Buzz Lightyear, baby! Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit.
Man.
Buzz believes he's crash landed on a strange planet on the way to Sector 12, and his ship is damaged and will take weeks to repair. Woody welcomes Buzz to Andy's room and tries to explain that Buzz has landed in Woody's usual spot. So something I love about the two dynamics of the characters, Woody is smart and acts like a child.
Yeah.
Buzz has the intelligence of a kid but acts like an adult.
Yeah,
and it works so well.
Yeah, just the idea that like you don't know what you really are and you think you're something way better.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But like it's if you just think of like most comedies, I mean this is the recipe for it, right? You always have like
it's amazing.
You kind of have to have the two opposites like that. Like I just think about like Superbad and Pineapple Express, like even that movie. Not Step Brothers because they're both idiots. Step Brothers, but you know, it's just got like someone who acts like a child surrounded by people who act like adults. There's got to be like the 1-to-1 version here.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So the other toys climb up on the bed to meet Buzz and ask him about the buttons and gadgets on his space suit. They're impressed with Buzz's voice recordings, a quality sound system, not like Woody's pull-string activated voice.
Sounds like he got run over by a car.
Buzz takes exception to being called a toy, and when Woody says he can't fly, Buzz climbs the bedpost, shouts, "Infinity to beyond!" And dies.
Excuse me, infinity and beyond?
Oh,
No, to infinity.
That's what I said.
You said, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into Toy Story semantics.
He's such a Woody. I'm such a cool-ass Buzz. He bounces off a rubber ball, does a loop-de-loop on the racetrack, and gets stuck for a few rotations on a toy plane tethered to the ceiling.
And his eyes are closed the whole time.
Yep.
Nope.
And then he...
like, why would you do that?
He flips out and lands neatly back on the bed. All the toys are dazzled except Woody, who says, "That wasn't flying. That was falling in style."
Yeah, but he's willfully ignorant of what he just did.
Yeah. He doesn't understand. He's like, wow, that really worked out.
I just flew around the room with my eyes closed.
It's something that...
And I'm totally fine.
It's what he has more of, confidence. Woody doesn't have...
I guess.
Woody's very unconfident right now.
Yeah,
so he's
for
stressing
sure.
out.
Yeah.
And like when you got all this confidence, sometimes you can just do stuff. That's why they always say don't think about it when you're going to do something. Because like if you just do it with confidence, you'll most likely get it right and do it. Unless you're just bad at everything.
Yeah.
Just know your limits.
Yeah.
Which yet Buzz does not know yet.
In that case, don't have confidence.
Have confidence in what you can do. And if it's something small and dumb, just have confidence and do it.
Just do it.
So I do want to know, are you Woody or are you Buzz?
Me?
Which one do you prefer? Which one did you prefer as a kid? Which one do you prefer now?
God damn, that's a deep question, man. I think I'd be more of a Woody.
Well, I mean, like, what did you like when you were a kid? Did you prefer Woody or did you prefer Buzz? And what do you prefer now?
That's weird. I prefer probably Buzz.
Like now or like previously as well?
I don't remember, you know?
Well, I know as a kid, I
felt bad for Woody.
I liked Buzz more as a kid. You know, I had like toys and stuff of him. Had this like dope big toy of Buzz. But now I like Woody the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was a little indifferent. We got my son a Buzz.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And all the bells and whistles.
Got your son buzzed. I also think the movies prefer Woody over Buzz because as the movies go on, it seems like Buzz, especially I can't remember Toy Story 4 that much with the Buzz plot. And I think that just shows how much they kind of had more interest with dealing with Woody more than Buzz. Also might be based on the actors.
Tom Hanks. He's the
Tim Allen.
megastar.
And Tim Allen, you know, I don't know. I've heard that he's difficult to work with, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. So I don't want to do that.
I don't know either.
So in the montage that follows, Randy Newman's Strange Things Are Happening to Me, another banger. Andy has Buzz shoot Woody, then puts on a cardboard replica of Buzz's helmet and wings. A Western-themed poster in Andy's room is replaced by 2 Buzz Lightyear posters, and drawings of Woody on the bulletin board are covered with drawings of Buzz.
Yeah.
The Western-style bedsheet disappears. The new one is replaced. It is replaced by a new one with Buzz's image and a name. In the final indignity, Andy takes Buzz to bed and leaves Woody in the covered wagon toy chest.
God damn.
Super
That's
sad.
cold, Andy.
Yeah. And then the next morning, Andy wrote his name on Buzz's shoe, and this makes
With permanent ink,
Woody
nonetheless.
very upset.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too, man. He's like, I'm fucked. He's like, he's gonna be sent to the toy chest.
Yeah.
Where the shark lives by himself.
It's like, have you ever had that moment that Andy had where he picked up 2 toys and looked at them and was like, shit, which one do I pick? Obviously, you're going to pick the new one up. Here's the thing. I think I guess he did. But your new toy is always the one you play with the most. But then, if it's not as special as that one toy, you'll always go back to your Woody.
Yeah.
Ding.
And I've been doing that ever since.
So some noises draw the toys to the open window where they can see the neighbor kid, Sid, who's about to blow up a combat Carl action figure. Sid.
How depressing is Sid's situation?
It's just how depressing is the mom situation over at that house? She's keeping this place together. She's probably outside washing dishes, looking out the window like, my kid's going to kill somebody one day.
I know.
I've given him all the Pop-Tarts I can.
I know. And then he's like, Mom, where are the matches?
Yeah.
She's like, right next to my cigarettes.
Yeah. Right next to my 9mm and Dad's switchblade.
It's in the liquor cabinet.
Yeah. Make sure whatever you're about to torch, you pour some of my liquor on it.
I feel like this movie would have benefited maybe if everything's bright and shiny and wonderful inside Andy's house, but outside everything, it's like they live in the coal mining town.
A Tim Burton, Sleepy Hollow type, like today's weather actually, type town. We also meet Sid's dog Scud. Love bull terriers. God. They look so weird.
They look so fucking weird.
I know, I love them.
Did you ever have the big dog shirts that had the bull terriers on them?
Mm-mm.
That was huge when I was
that Target dog though. I always wanted to go to Target as a kid because of that dog.
They've got the weirdest face.
I know. They have
what is wrong with them?
They got a nose that could destroy steel beams.
Quit. It's good.
It could do what jet plane oil couldn't do.
I feel like Sid's dad is a retired Army veteran with a lot of problems because with a dog named Scud, he's probably a Navy veteran.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
I'm just going to go ahead and explain my joke. I'm going to cut it out. But I was going to say, because jet fuel can't melt steel beams, but the bull terrier's dog could. So the dog did 9/11. That was the joke that I couldn't get out. You know what? I'm going to leave it in.
What, jet fuel can't melt steel?
I don't know. That's like a conspiracy thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've always heard. That's what I just
because there's a big the fuel that the military uses is called JP8, and it's a lot different from gasoline because you have to have high pressure and high heat to make it burn.
Oh,
and it's made so they won't just catch on fire at with anything.
But could it melt steel beams?
I don't know.
And the mystery still.
Let's find out.
Who did 9/11? We still don't know.
Maybe that's what Sid went to do in his grown-up life.
Do you think the people that listen to this are like, I know this is the episode they bring 9/11 into.
Yeah, this is the one.
I know that's what it is. It's going to be
his World Trade Center toys.
Yeah.
He's just knocking them down.
God. Ooh, wow. Did y'all hear that squeak earlier? That squeal? That was me hitting the brakes on this podcast, making it come to a complete stop here. Damn.
I think I was wearing my seatbelt.
So, Buzz thinks Sid, who's laughing maniacally, is a happy child. They're like, that is not a happy child.
You mean that happy child?
Yeah. The
laughing maniacally?
The others explain that he tortures toys Buzz wants to help the doomed toy soldier, but Sid lights the fuse and Andy's toys duck as debris goes flying. When they look again, there is no sign of Carl.
So you're saying you never taped like 20 bottle rockets to an Alf figurine and set them off?
Yes, I've blown up toys.
We've all got a little Sid inside of us.
We've always done this. I mean, it's just like Andy's going to get there. He's just got to grow up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's going to be all right.
I mean, you saw what he did to Andy on that bed, or Woody on that bed. Threw him off.
No.
Nothing.
Wait, that was him?
That like flung him off? I thought so. You only see a hand.
They invited Sid to his birthday party?
No, Andy. Andy flung Woody off earlier in the movie.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry. All right, I'm following.
Just an abrupt stop here to my dumb 9/11 thing. I'm just kidding.
9/11 ruins everything.
It does. So Andy's mom suggests dinner at Pizza Planet. Oh, I wish I had one. And tells Andy he can only bring one toy. Doubting that Andy will choose him unless Buzz is unavailable, Woody plans to trap Buzz in the gap behind Andy's desk.
Yes.
Pizza Planet, though. Rad, right?
Yeah, there used to be one in Disney World, and now it's changed.
Like Ratatouille.
Yeah, it's like
bistro.
Yeah, but it's right next to Mamma Mia's, which is like the best fucking restaurant there. That's like reasonably priced. So fucking good.
I wouldn't know. Maybe one day I will.
Do it.
I just need to win the lottery to go. So the plan backfires and Buzz falls out of the window into the bushes because, I don't know, he decided to use an RC car to knock him off. It seems he's probably should have planned it a little better.
He didn't even ask the RC car.
Yeah. I mean, I think this guy wherever, whoever's got the control, he's like, oh, here we go.
Oh, fuck. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
What is Woody going to make me do now?
Yeah. So the other toys accuse Woody of pushing Buzz out the window out of jealousy. But as they are about to punish him, Andy returns. Thank God. Because, and when Andy returns, it's all quiet, and on the Etch a Sketch, is it Mr. Potato Head or Ham? Like peeks over, and they draw like a noose, and like, golly, it's like the Salem witch trials up in this place.
Yes.
Hell
yeah!
But Andy returned, failing to find Buzz. He grabs Woody, and the family drives off, but not before Buzz crawls out of his bush and climbs on the back of a minivan.
What do you think Buzz was thinking in that moment?
Like, well, he
just wants revenge, right?
Yeah, he just wants revenge now.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I can't believe you've done this to me. Did you carry toys with you to go to other places all the time?
I don't remember, but I know
I feel like Annie's a little old to do that, right?
My kids,
seems like 10.
My youngest does.
Does it?
She wants to.
I didn't know.
My oldest did too for a long time. She had a favorite one.
Yeah.
It was a stuffed llama. It was the softest thing ever.
Like, who wouldn't bring a stuffed llama everywhere they go? If I had one, I'd take it with me too.
His name was Poofy.
Oh, well, and it's even cuter. So while Andy's mother refuels the car at Dinoco Station, Woody wonders how he can convince the other toys that Buzz fall was an accident. Suddenly, Buzz appears. Woody is very relieved by this. He's like, Buzz, thank God. But Buzz is pissed. The two fight and roll out of the car, which drives off and leaves them stranded. Buzz explains his mission. Oh yeah, because they're underneath the truck at this point, and Buzz is explaining his mission. It's like, out there, at the ends of the universe, there's Zorg, and I have to go there and defeat him, because I'm the only one with the knowledge to do that. Woody flips out, you are a toy, T-O-Y. And this, I love when Tom Hanks just like flips out. It's the best. He does it in The Burbs a lot, and it's the best. And then it's my favorite. It's kind of like my favorite part of the movie, just because of these lines. And then Buzz, you are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. Which I feel like is an Alien reference. Which is great.
Yeah, and do you think Zurg is reference to Zorg from The Fifth Element?
Dude, probably. I don't know when Fifth Element came out. I can't remember. But yes, I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So luckily, Woody sees another vehicle heading for Pizza Planet and knows that they can meet Andy there. He tricks Buzz into coming with him by saying he found a spaceship. Buzz insists on riding in the cockpit so he can wear a seatbelt. Yeah. Woody climbs into the back and gets thrown about by the driver's erratic
I love
maneuvers.
it that he's like, the cockpit is safer than the back here. He's like, he just gets thrown like crazy.
And I love it because it's so cute because Buzz like buckles the seatbelt in and then like pats it. And I'm like, oh, he's a little man.
He's just inhaling all the weed smoke from the delivery driver.
Yeah. So they reach Pizza Planet and hide in discarded food packaging. so they can sneak through the front door. So great. Woody quickly spots Andy and them, but Buzz climbs into a claw crane, machine shaped like a spaceship, thinking it's the ship's home Woody promised him. Oh, the claw. Who's in charge here? It's so funny. It's so good. The machine is filled with 3-eyed green aliens who believe the claw is a god. Woody climbs in to get Buzz out, but Woody and Buzz are captured by Sid along with one of the little aliens. Well, because like Woody's trying to help Buzz, like pull Buzz out, but then like the claws got him, and the other aliens pull him in. He's like, "Leave me alone, you zealots!" So funny.
I fucking hate claw machines so much.
I was actually pretty good at them as a kid.
God damn it, I wasn't.
They're at Pizza Hut. They had like a bunch of random toys, and I wonder if I still have it. But I had like this stuffed. They had like presidents in there.
Oh, what?
I got a stuffed Bill Clinton. Oh, this was like my high school years.
He's got the biggest head, right? He's easier to grab.
Yeah, it's a huge head. I got another one. I can't remember what the second president was.
Like Jimmy Carter or something.
Bro, we had so much fun with that Bill Clinton. Obviously,
it'd be great if they had every president in there.
Yeah.
Like you get the Grover Cleveland. You're
they had they had more in there. It's just like, those were the only two I could get.
Lincoln with his big hat. I bet he was a popular one.
It was so much fun because I'd like talk as him. Like anytime someone said something, it's like, I did not have sex with that movie. Everybody's like, shut up.
I only ever won one thing out of a claw machine. It was a little stuffed parrot at a Kroger, and I kept it forever.
You have to if you get it.
I know. It's the only thing I ever won out of one of those.
I got to go back to my mom's house so I can find this Bill Clinton.
Yes.
All right, so back to the movie. Sid takes them back to his house and immediately gives the 3-eyed alien to Scud. Then Sid takes a doll away from his little sister, Hannah, and runs upstairs to operate on her.
Oh, jeez.
No one's ever attempted a double bypass brain transplant before. Why do they have all this stuff in this little kid's room? Did the parents not know? Did he like sneak this stuff in?
I think he's just unhinged and I can't control him.
Like, I like to think that they try to discipline Sid, but then like he like hits them and stuff and they're just scared of him.
Yes.
The dad's given up so long ago.
Yes.
The mom's cheating on the mom stole away Andy's mom's dad. That's what I like to think. And then they got divorced.
What happened do we ever learn what happened to Andy's dad?
No, I'm assuming he probably died. So Woody and Buzz steal Sid's backpack. Look on in horror as Sid replaces the doll's head with the head of a toy. He's
buried in Sid's backyard.
Pterodactyl. Yeah. That's where the rocket launch is at. And then so he does the switcheroo with the heads and gleefully gives it back to Hannah, who shrieks for her mother and runs away. Sid follows. She's lying. Whatever she says is not true. It's like, dude, you have a pterodactyl head on the doll, and you're the only one with the tools in the house.
I'm not a surgeon.
Yeah. It's like, it's definitely you, son. Woody tries to get out of Sid's room, but the door's locked. He's frightened by Sid's nightmarish mutant toys, which Sid has butchered in Reconstruction.
They're fucking awesome, man. If Sid was able, he's got to be an engineer. Like,
yeah,
right?
I think he would. If Woody did not scare him, I think he would have grown up, probably settled down a little bit,
yes.
and probably would have become an engineer or like an architect or something.
Yeah, definitely, or like an evil scientist. That'd be a great fourth film.
Hell yeah! But so we see that there's an erector set spider with a one-eyed baby head, a Jack in the Box whose Jack has been replaced by a green rubber hand, a sexy ass fishing pole with some long legs that go all the way down to the floor, baby.
Look at those getaway sticks.
Goes down to the floor, up to the rod, and there's more. One of my favorites is like the muscle man that like kind of jumps around and has the duck head.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Sid's so creative, man. He just needs an outlet.
And then like Buzz thinks they're all cannibals because they like take some of the other dolls and like drag them underneath. They're cannibals. It's like, they can't talk, so they can't say no. We're not cannibals.
Yeah, but it's like it's beautiful when you figure out that they're just helping each other survive in this hellscape.
It is. It's just like, oh, this is what they have to do
in this Mad Max world of toys.
They've seen so much horror that they can't speak anymore.
No, they're traumatized forever.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Andy's toys are searching for Buzz from Andy's window. I love it. There's like a cat. They think it's Buzz. Is that you? Because the bush rattles and it's like a cat. Whiskers, get out of here. I love Rex. I love his voice. They have to stop when the car pulls into the driveway. Andy can't find Woody, and many of the toys think he ran away, which they interpret as evidence of his guilt. But Bo Peep hopes he's okay. And then next morning, Sid interrogates Woody about the location of a rebel base. When Woody remains silent, Sid uses a magnifying glass to concentrate the sunlight on a spot between Woody's eyebrows.
Ouch.
Which starts to smoke.
Yeah.
Just setting up a little bit later, though.
That was me. I got my magnifying glass, and I would just set anything on fire and melt things.
Man, I've tried it. I did not have the patience as a child to just sit there.
Because you realize that the goal is ultimate destruction of this thing, and you're like, gotta see it.
Yeah.
I gotta see what it looks like.
I wasn't as much of a pyromaniac as you, I guess. But yeah, so Woody is saved when Sid is called away. Buzz compliments Woody for not succumbing to Sid's torture. It's like, my man, you didn't speak. Woody notices that Sid has left the door open, but before he and Buzz get out, the mutant toys block the way. Buzz tries his laser on them, and it's like, why is this not working?
Wait, what? Oh.
It's like, you are a toy, you idiot.
They're like, this is the real life.
Yeah. And then Woody takes him, it's like, don't use that. Use your karate chop action. Just like press his button. It's like, what the hell?
He's like, how are you doing that?
How is this happening? And they make it past the toys. Woody drops Buzz as soon as they reach the door and runs down the stairs. On the landing, though, he finds Scud. He backs up, then Buzz grabs him and leads him down the hall past the
Man, could you imagine if Disney World had a ride that was all about Sid's toys?
Dude,
oh, man.
Halloween Horror Nights at Disney.
That'd be incredible.
That'd be great.
That'd be so terrifying.
Hey, if you can have all these like movies on Hulu now that are like raunchy and stuff, or like because Hulu's over on Disney Plus, if you can have all that stuff on there, why can't we get a horror night?
I know. I want to see. I want to know their story.
I want zombie Toy Story.
It's basically like Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah. Hell yeah. God, I gotta rewatch this. But while going past the head of the stairs, the ring on Woody's pull string catches the stair railing, and he says, involuntary, "Yeehaw! Giddy up, partner. We got this wagon train a moving." And the dog wakes up and comes to investigate. Buzz says split up and runs through an open door. Woody pulls another door closed behind him. Buzz sees someone asleep in a recliner and notices that the television is on. A voice saying, come in, Buzz Lightyear. This is Star Command. And at first, Buzz thinks Star Command is really trying to reach him because he's an idiot and fiddles with a radio on his suit. But as the commercial explains his features and
sees the grim reality
adds a
of
disclaimer that Buzz is not a flying toy, Buzz begins to believe that he really is, as Woody keeps telling him, only a toy.
He's like, oh, fuck. Oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah, my life's ruined.
Yeah.
My 3 days of existence is over.
You think if he was like a feudal Japanese toy, he would have committed seppuku?
Yes, yeah.
But it just would have squeaked.
Yeah.
Squeak.
Or it just like pushed in instead of actually going through. He's like, God dang it, I'm a toy.
He puts his laser up to his head.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, come on.
Like,
let me go. Let me die.
It's like Man on Fire. That's
laser always tells the truth.
Yeah. Buzz, now depressed, Buzz, he's very despondent. Then he spots an open window in the stairwell and tries to prove himself wrong by flying through it. He bounces off the stairs and lands in the hall, losing an arm in this process, while Randy Newman sings, "I will go sailing no more."
God damn. Oh, Randy.
But Hannah picks up Buzz and carries him off to her room, where Woody finds him playing the part of Mrs. Nesbit at the tea party.
That's
what a lovely hat, Mrs. Nesbit. Goes quite well with your head.
What a bright ray of sunshine.
So good.
I love Hannah.
Yeah,
She's the one hope for this family.
She's gonna grow up and change this family. It's gonna be one of those things. She has like a perfect life, and like, oh, like the mom comes over and like they have a good relationship. The dad comes, it gets a little stressful, but it's okay. And then the brother comes and it's
just ruins the holidays.
He's out of he
just got out of prison.
Rehab.
He's got tattoos.
It's like his third time going to rehab. He's like kind of all jittery, so you don't know if that's just like how he's acting because he's clean or if that's because he's on something. And it's just like
it's a problem. Yeah.
Damn. We're getting into it on this 9/11 rehab.
Oh, God.
So Woody imitates Hannah's mother's voice to lure Hannah out of the room so he can rescue Buzz. Buzz is depressed, but when he wails that he can't even fly out the window, it gives Woody an idea.
And I love how he's so fucked up drunk from the tea. He's like, I think you've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Man, what is this girl drinking?
I know, right? Nothing. They can't drink, Jason. He's doing this because he wants to do it. So Woody opens the window in Sid's room and calls over to Andy's room where Ham is beating Mr. Potato Head at Battleship. Most of the toys seem glad to see him. He tosses a string of Christmas lights across and tells them to tie them to something, but Mr. Potato Head says, how about we don't?
It's a good ass throw, though.
Yeah.
That had to be like 50, 60 feet.
It's like
of Christmas lights.
Do they have like muscles, or is this just the power of imagination that it makes it across?
Yeah, I guess. Probably Satan.
Yeah. Mr. Potato Head tries to convince the other toys that they should leave Woody where he is. Woody tells them Buzz is with him, but Buzz won't come to the window where the toys in Annie's rooms can see. Though he does throw his detached arm.
That was the funniest shit.
Can you give me a hand? Throws him the arm. He's like, I see. Good one.
Real funny, Buzz.
Even Woody's like, okay, that was a good one. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction, but that was a good one. So Woody uses the arm to make the toys think Buzz is standing next to him, but eventually slips up and they see that the arm isn't attached to Buzz. He's like, oh my God. Like they're reacting in horror, like it's an actual horror movie. Like if someone's arm got ripped off. So great. It's like, guys, you can just put them back in most of the time. Mr. Potato Head, this should be nothing for you.
I don't know, man. Like if you ever had like G.I. Joes and like their arms came loose and like trying to get them reattached was a tough mission.
Yeah, that's true.
Like getting the rubber band to like go exactly the way it's supposed to go. You just kind of have to give up at some point.
I don't really know if I had G.I. Joes. Oh, no, yeah, I totally did. I broke many of those.
Yeah, man. Because they're just attached by a rubber band. And they come out so easily when you're torturing them.
Yeah. Who did 9/11? All right, I got to get off that. So they let go of the string lights, which falls to the ground. When Woody begs them to listen, they leave the window, except for Slink, who closes the blind. And Woody cries because if Slinky, the dog,
that was his road dog.
It's his boy. It's his number one dog. Down on the floor, Sid's mutant toys have surrounded Buzz. When Woody tries to drive them off, the baby-headed spider comes at him and takes away Buzz's arms. Woody can't break through the group around Buzz. The crowd of toys breaks up and reveals Buzz with his arm reattached. But they're cannibals, Woody says. We saw them eat those other toys. Like, no, you didn't. Then he looks at Sid toys again and notices that Hannah's doll and the pterodactyl have their own heads back. Realizing he's misjudged them, he's trying to apologize when they all disappear into the bed and Sid comes back.
God, it's so creepy how they all crawl around on their little legs. Oh.
Yeah, it's so good.
And the guy that's at the upper half of his body attached to the skateboard, he's just dragging himself. Oh, Jesus.
And then Sid, the psychopath Sid, comes in and let's just be real, his parents should be finding out what he's getting delivered to his house because now he has a rocket.
Yeah, they work probably really hard.
Yeah,
I mean, they just don't have time. His first thought is to use it on Woody, but Woody's hiding, so he picks up Buzz instead. I've always wanted to put a spaceman into orbit. Yeah.
A rainstorm forces him to delay the rocket launch until morning, though. Next door.
I love how he maniacally sets an alarm.
Yeah. Just staring at it. Next door, it's Andy's bedtime, and he's mourning the loss of his two favorite toys. His mom comes in and says she's looked everywhere. Andy moms reassures him that they'll find Woody and Buzz before they move out tomorrow. He gives him his little Woody hat.
Yeah.
hat. It's like,
I
oh,
don't think Andy's mom really gives a shit.
I don't think she does. It's
I
like,
think if she knew that these toys had
she probably saw Sid playing in the backyard.
Yeah, she's like, we got to get the fuck out of here, kid.
It's like, yeah, dude, we're in the bad neighborhood. So that night, Woody convinces Bud that even if he's not a space ranger, life as Andy's toy is still worth living. Though Woody himself despairs that he'll never be Andy's favorite toy again.
So do you ever think that, because we find out in the second movie that Woody was made in like the 30s.
Something like that, yeah.
Do you think, does he not have any memory before Andy?
I always thought, until Toy Story 3 came out, I always thought that until they're I guess Toy Story 2.
Until they come out of the package
that they're fine, but then in Toy Story 2, they have the guy in the box.
Yeah, he's totally self-aware.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess maybe
he just tries to block out all the atrocities.
Yeah, maybe they have like
from the World War I and II.
Yeah, maybe like every decade their memory resets.
You got to hit that little button on the back with a pen.
Nah, maybe Woody got reset. Yeah. So Buzz regains his spirit in time to see the moving truck pull up to Andy's house. But before they can escape, Sid wakes up and takes Buzz, still strapped to the rocket, out into the backyard. He starts working on something ominous with a big empty water jug. I don't know what his fucking contraption is.
Smart kid, though.
Yeah. Woody pleads with the mutant toys to help him rescue Buzz, and they hesitantly join him. He tells them they will have to break a few rules, which, when you watch it as kids, like, what rules? And then it's like, oh, yeah, they have rules. They can't allow the humans to see them.
They still abide by them. Yeah, even though they're atrocities.
It's built into their...
These toys remind me, if you need to watch Furiosa, because
I do. There's
these people that live underground.
Yeah.
And like they come out every once in a while, and that's what these toys remind me of. They're horrible. They're horrifying and terrible.
Oh, it's so good. It really is kind of like a very scary scene. It's like they're all zombies coming out to life. So Woody outlines a plan and assigns tasks to each toy. Ducky and Legs go into the heating ducts to avoid Scud, who saw Woody trying to follow Sid and is still glowing outside of the bedroom. Growling outside of the bedroom. Sorry. I accidentally typed in glowing. I was like, what the hell? Ducky and Legs get outside. They ring the doorbell. When he hears the doorbell, Woody releases a wind-up frog from Sid's room. The frog scoots under Scud and zooms down the hall. Scud gives chase and follows the frog outside where Hannah's answering the door. The frog goes out, Ducky grabs it, and they're both reeled up by Legs, who's, part fishing pole, which is awesome. Before Scud catches up, Hannah, exasperated, shuts the door, leaving Scud outside. Which kind of sucks. Scud should have went back inside, and the whole third part of this movie would have been much easier.
Yeah, I feel
like
like
a dog chasing them.
Yeah, I feel like Scud is a nuisance to the neighborhood.
Yeah, but he's like, honestly though, Scud, if I had a dog and my toy started coming to life, I'd be like, okay, keeping my dogs in here just in case these toys decide to start doing what they do to Sid.
He'd be so paranoid all the time. Just chewing the shit out of everything to make sure it's dead.
So Woody and the group of toys come downstairs, roll through the kitchen, and exit through the cat flap. In the back door, doggy door. Why did I put cat flap?
That's awesome.
It's because our cats use the doggy door.
I like the word. I like cat flap better.
It's way better, yeah. So they land in the bushes where they have a good view of the launch site. Sid himself is out of sight, rummaging around in the shed looking for matches. Ducky, Legs, and the wind-up frog pop out of a downspout as Sid appears to start the countdown. Ah, love that. Buzz and his rocket are still standing on a dartboard on a milk crate. Nearby is an orange-striped traffic horse with a rake leaning on it and the empty water jug propped underneath. The jug is connected with vacuum cleaner hose to a red funnel, which is aimed at Buzz's feet.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he's just gonna suck up all the smoke and stuff.
I don't
know. Like he doesn't get caught doing this, and like, oh, what smoke? What are you talking about? And he goes into a jug, or is he gonna like tie the water jug to his sister and like tape it to her so she like, dies from fumes? It's got to be something nefarious. It's gonna be like the beginning of Midsummer.
He's just making a gas chamber.
Yeah,
that was just the side project.
It's like I was looking at the contraption. I was like, what the hell is this? Why all this? You're just shooting a rocket. You don't need all this. So Woody approaches Bud, who's happy to see him, and asks for help getting loose. Woody says everything's under control and falls to the ground in the manner of a toy expecting a human on the scene. Sure enough, Sid comes out of the shed and then notices Woody. He tosses Woody on the charcoal grill and says, you and I can have a cookout later.
Oh, fuck.
He puts a match in Woody's holster, clever and fun, and turns back to his rocket launch, where he lights another match and starts counting down from 10. While he's focused on this, toys are taking up positions all around the yard. But before Sid can light Buzz's fuse, Woody voice recordings start playing one after another. Reach for the sky. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Someone's poisoned the water hole. So good. Sid is distracted and comes over to pick up Woody off the grill. His string hasn't been pulled. He says, It's busted. Who are you calling busted, Buster? Says Woody. That's right, I'm talking to you, Sid Phillips. We don't like being blown up, Sid. Sid's like, what the fuck? Or smashed or ripped apart. A ragdoll climbs out of the sandbox and walks across the yard saying, Mama, Mama. No. A large toy pickup truck emerges from a pile of sand while a couple of partially dismembered action figures rise out of a puddle.
Fuck yeah, it's like Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, they all advance on Sid, who backs away and jumps when the three-eyed alien from Pizza Planet pops out from under Scud's red water bowl. Sid backs towards the clothesline and the baby-headed spider drops down on his head. He shrieks and shakes it off,
it's terrifying.
But the toys have him surrounded. Woody says, you must take good care of your toys, because if you don't, we'll find out, Sid. We toys can see everything. His head spins like in The Exorcist. So play
traumatized
nice.
For life. I feel like I want to see what happens to Sid after this moment. It changed his life forever.
Think he got pimples?
He just
was the nervous kid in class. No one talked to him, and
he just started collecting dolls like crazy and treating them really nice.
He just really dived into music. He really likes music. It's the only thing that doesn't hurt him. And he never watched Chucky or the Puppet Master or whatever. So he screams, throws Woody in the air, and runs into the house, where he tells Hannah the toys are alive. She starts like waving it into her face. Nice toy, and then like screams and runs up. She chases him. It's like, hell yeah, now you're going to be tortured by Hannah.
It's like the butterfly effect, whether they change the brother, the like asshole brother every time.
Yeah. Man, that movie is wild.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
So outside, Woody and other toys are celebrating. We did it! As Buzz thanks Woody, they hear a honk from next door, and Andy Mom tells the kids to say goodbye to their old house. Woody and Buzz rush over, and Woody climbs on the back of the car. Buzz, still burdened with his rocket, can't get through the fence. He tells Woody to catch up, but Woody comes back because they're friends. They manage to get back to the moving van, but Scud runs after them and gets a hold of Woody's leg. Woody can't hold onto the truck and tells Buzz to take care of Andy for him.
Oh.
But then Buzz jumps on Scud's face. Woody's able to climb up in the truck, gets the cargo door open. They get stopped at a stoplight. So we see the van open, right?
Yeah.
Like 5 boxes in there. It's just giant U-Haul. There's like no beds or anything. It's like
they just go.
You could have put this in the back of your car. I mean, just lay down your third row. It's like it's not.
And Andy's riding in the front seat.
Yeah. It's like, what are we doing here? So
they only brought Andy's toys.
Yeah.
Mom, she's like, I'm leaving this shit.
It was like Andy's toys, miscellaneous, and dishes. That's like it.
Yeah. Andy's mom, it's like, I never want to see any of this stuff again.
Not
that
after
asshole.
My husband cheated on me with a neighbor's wife.
Maybe that is Sid's dad.
This might be. Maybe Andy and Sid, they're related.
They're brothers. God, they look the same.
So Woody pulls out RC, the remote controlled car, and sends him to get Buzz, who's under a parked car where Scud can't reach him. The toys in the van think Woody is murdering another toy and trying to stop him. He's back at it again. He's gonna kill us all. They try to stop him, and it's a problem because Woody's controlling the RC. The angry toys pick up Woody and Rocky the strongman spins him around, which causes the RC to drive in circles around Scud. I love like when they like jump on him, the car like flies in the air. I'm like, that's not how this is working.
So does RC have no autonomy at all?
That I don't know. I think he doesn't. He does because he moves in the movie without anybody touching him.
Like it seems like he can't move. I mean, obviously,
maybe he can, but if someone's controlling him,
right?
Can't.
But whenever they're
torture.
on the RC and they're racing toward the van, he has to he's about to run into the tire, but Woody has to like move it to make him avoid total destruction.
True. Maybe once the controller's turned on, he has no
control.
Sad. Feel bad for RC. The things RC has been made to do. And let's be real, that car lasted a month or two and then it broke because that's what all RC cars ever did.
Man, I had an RC car. I had to charge it for 8 hours
to
make it go for 30 minutes.
I know, it pissed me off. We should get RC cars. Let's just do it. So they throw Woody against the box. RC path straightens out. Ham jumps on Woody. RC with Buzz still aboard approaches a busy intersection. RC scoots under a moving car, but 5 other cars crash into each other to avoid Scud, and which takes Scud out of the picture. On the truck, Woody tries to tell the toys that Buzz is out there and they have to save him. Mr. Potato Head is like, toss that bitch overboard. I am king here. I rule with an iron fist. I lead this, and we kill whoever I want.
Yeah, he's the only one with a mustache. Yeah. You gotta listen to him.
So they throw him out, but he's still holding the RC controller. RC sweeps Woody off his feet, and Woody turns RC up to turbo so they can catch up to the moving truck. They're going like 5 miles an hour.
It's like the equivalent of action movies where they shift into the highest gear to go the fastest.
Yeah. It's like in Fast and the Furious when they hit the NOS, it turns into light speed.
Yeah.
Ooh, I need to watch that first movie again. Ooh, we should do Fast and the Furious soon.
Yeah, we should.
After No Country.
That'd be fun.
So Lenny, the binoculars, notices RC and his passengers gaining and alerts the other toys. Bo Peep confirms that Buzz is there. Woody was telling the truth. And then
how bad do they all feel?
All the toys, what have we done? Mainly Rex.
Yeah.
Bo Peep tells Rocky to lower the truck's cargo ramp. Slink stretches out, and Woody's able to grab his paw just as RC's batteries begin to lose strength. No. In Andy's car, they're listening to Hakuna Matata. Molly can see RC in the side mirror and laughs, but she can't talk, so no one else notices. RC is swerving dangerously. Slink stretched past his limits, loses his grip, and RC coughs to a stop in the middle of the road as the moving van disappears in the distance. Then Buzz remembers he still's got a rocket strapped to his back, and Woody remembers he still has a match.
So I guess RC's just gone forever now.
I think he makes it back into the truck, right? Yeah, he makes it back to the truck because they're still on it.
Because they carry it. Yeah, you're right.
He strikes it and is about to light Buzz's fuse when a wind of a passing car puts it out. But then Andy hand starts to smoke because Buzz is all depressed, and he uses Buzz's helmet to magnify the fuse. Lighting the rocket.
See, thanks to Sid.
Yeah, and then the rocket catches fire, and they're going really fast. As they go by, Woody drops RC, who lands in the truck. Buzz and Woody go straight up with a rocket. Woody's like, this thing's gonna explode. Buzz like, nah, dog. Opens his wing, and he starts to fly, and he's clutching Woody, who says, Buzz, you're flying. This isn't flying. This is falling with style. And Woody saying, to infinity and beyond. Oh,
hell yeah.
Makes me feel so good about myself. They pass the truck again and fall through the minivan's sunroof, landing neatly in the box next to Andy. Finds them and gleefully tells his mom, they're in the car the whole time.
But the mom's not like, what the fuck?
What are you talking about?
She's just oblivious. She's just so hopped up on painkillers. She doesn't know what's happening around her at any time.
She's got a bunch of Xanax. Taking a ride to Zanny Island. So, and then we cut to Christmas Eve at the new house. Andy, Molly, and their mom are gathered around the Christmas tree. The army men are hiding in the tree with the baby monitor. The other toys are in Andy's room, gathered around the speaker. Bo Peep pulls Woody under some mistletoe, held by the sheep, and kisses him.
Oh, yeah. They watch.
Woody's got a Woody.
They watch.
Andy's bed still sports a Buzz Lightyear bedspread, but one of the pillowcases and the comforter at the foot of the bed are Western style.
Fuck yeah.
Drawings of Woody are again prominent on the bulletin board. There are 2 Buzz Lightyear posters and also a cowboy poster. Everything is right with the world. All the toys seem happy and relaxed instead of fretting that Andy might get another dinosaur. Rex hopes for a leaf eater so he can play the dominant predator. The first report comes in. Sarge says Molly's first present is a Mrs. Potato Head. We're going to get a new attachment for Mr. Potato Head. Am I right? He says he's got a shave, yanks off his mustache. It's so good. Woody, covered in lipstick, and Woozy joins Buzz on Andy's bed. They're still friends.
He's singing that song, I just had sex.
Yeah. And then Sarge is giving reports. Woody's asked Buzz if he's worried, and Buzz denies it. Then says, are you? Woody says, now, Buzz, what could Andy possibly get that's worse than you? Then they hear a bark downstairs and Andy's joyous cry of, wow, a puppy. And they exchange nervous smiles, and then credits roll with, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
All right.
Yeah.
Woo.
So we're going to hit our first
Fuck
categories.
Yeah,
The first category is the good, the bad, the ugly, the fine. It's where we discuss the good of the film, something we like, the bad, something we didn't, the ugly, something that didn't age well, the fine, something that did. What do you got for the good?
The good was that seeing toys come alive was just awesome.
It's magic, man.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
It's like it's something even growing up, you just don't.
It kind of blows your mind. You're like, fuck.
It just
and
really,
you look at your toys, you're like,
it's very nostalgic.
could they? Could they be?
It's like my toy's a vape now.
They've all got bad fucking
Hey,
habits.
Jesse, how about you come over here and play with this toy?
Yeah, that's Slinky. After a few more years, it was 4-pack a day habit.
Yeah. But yeah, my good was essentially the wonder of being a kid again.
For sure.
It's what this movie gives you, and all the Toy Stories give you, and it's great.
And unlimited penis jokes with a character named Woody.
That's true.
It's the best thing ever happened.
Yeah. Also, I put the songs. Randy Newman, guy goes hard in this movie.
I know, but like
Mad TV ruined it for you. Damn it, Will Sasso, you did it again.
Yes, Will Sasso. But I thank him. I thank him for that, for opening my eyes.
Because it's so funny.
To how hilarious his voice sounds.
Like him and his Randy Newman and his Kenny Rogers, man.
Yes.
The best.
I'm Kenny Rogers. He just downs a fifth of Jack.
He starts beating people up with a bat. Oh, it's so good. All right, man, what do you got for the bad?
The bad? I don't really have anything for the bad, you know? It's just it's a fucking good movie, man.
Yeah, I didn't have anything
nothing
either.
Really bad about it. The only ugly thing I would say is that they kind of, it sucked for Sid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only way they could make him like seem like a bad kid was like, he was just poor.
Yeah.
You know? Like that.
Well, I don't think they were poor though. They had a pretty big house. He made it look
I know,
poor.
but like they looked, because everything was so unkempt in their yard, and like they were just dirty. Like the daughter was like had dirt on her face.
That's true.
For no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
were they poor?
Yeah. Like it seemed like
It's a big house though. They're house poor.
Yeah, that's what got to me, is like the only thing that made them bad was like that they were like kind of poor and dirty.
Yeah,
like,
obviously
it kind of sucked.
Me and Jason, we did not grow in wealthy households, so
like
it makes us feel bad.
It does, dude.
It's like, hey, we just had fun the only way we could.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably like a weirdo at school and nobody liked him.
Yeah,
So
man.
all he had
I
was
bet he
toys
got
to play with.
bullied. Yeah, it sucks.
Or
I'm
like
gonna
the parents
cry
were
now.
like, we're not going to drive you to kids' places, okay? Or like they had the daughter and like all they wanted was a daughter.
Yeah.
Or like the mom wanted a daughter, the dad wanted a son.
And
Then he got
stopped
this.
giving a
He
shit,
got this son
apparently.
and was like, I gotta start drinking.
yeah, dude. It sucks.
We should do Toy Story 5, The Revenge of Sid.
Yes. That would be amazing. But his revenge is just being super good,
good guy,
and
yeah.
like happy and fun.
Yeah.
And not scary and
And we
weird
learn
and-
like Sid is the one. Sid's family is the one that discontinued the Woody dolls. All right, so what do you got for the ugly? Since I didn't have it bad either.
Well, that was my ugly.
Oh yeah, dumb. My bad.
Yeah.
Mine was just kind of the little bit of the jankiness for this new technology that they got.
Okay.
Back in the day, it looked great, of course.
Sure.
But now that You watch a Pixar film now and it's like, holy shit, this looks real.
Yeah, I almost
So
threw my
good.
TV out this morning when I watched Toy Story.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
what is this
what is this?
bullshit?
This looks like trash, so now my TV's trash. All right.
Threw it in my neighbor's yard so he could blow it up with
Yeah,
fireworks.
here you go, Sid. Do what you will. All right, what do you got for the find? Something that aged well.
Not Randy Newman for me.
Andy Newman did not age well for Jason. I put Pixar.
Yeah, I think
They're the kings.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome, man. They come a long way.
They perfected it. The storytelling, the animation. They got it down pat.
Definitely. And like this being their first movie,
yeah,
it fucking kills.
They're obviously running out of ideas, though. I feel like.
Never.
I feel like the last great one was Coco.
Maybe. Was that Pixar?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Coco was good.
And then like I like Soul, but it's like just one I'll never watch again.
I never really. I thought it was okay.
I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah,
this is too much for me. Coco made me. Jesus Christ, the ending.
I loved Coco. I thought it was fucking sweet.
I cried.
With all the skeletons.
I cried like all the Pixar movies except for Toy Story 1 and 2 and
I
the
did
obvious
cry
one.
in the third one.
The third one that's rough.
Was the fourth one with Bo Peep? Like that was kind of her story.
Yeah, it was a lot of Bo Peep.
She was like Furiosa of Toy Story.
Yeah, it's like the ventriloquist stuff and that thing. So yeah, all right. We're gonna hit our last category, double feature. That's where we recommend a movie to go along with this movie. We're getting a little wacky with ours. All right, so I chose Small Soldiers, baby, the live action version of this movie. I had 3 of the toys from this movie.
We have one of them. We have the alien guy,
like the main alien.
Yeah, the main alien.
Yeah,
guy.
I had that one too.
We've got him on our shelf.
He always wrestled with the wrestlers. I had. I think I had the soldier bad guy, and I had like the one that I think that spins a lot.
I don't remember.
I'm watching the trailer. Hell yeah, this movie fucking looks bad.
I'm sure it is.
It looks great.
It's gonna be a fun thing to watch.
Directed by Joe Dante, though.
Oh wow!
So if you're a friend of Gremlins, you might be a fan of this movie.
Yeah, that's right up his alley.
Adam Rifkin. Hell yeah.
My choice was Toys with Robin Williams.
Toys. What a wild movie.
It is insane. But I thought it was really. It's also very deep.
Yeah.
And crazy and like.
I've never seen it.
It's wild, man. It's a trip.
Yeah. It's like, I don't even, let me read the description. When Lieutenant General Leland Zevo inherits a toy making company and begins making war toys, his employees band together to stop him before he ruins the name of Zevo Toys forever. God, this movie looks crazy.
It is crazy, but it's got some amazing shots in it.
Yeah, I was
like
looking at
use of color.
Like him in the field.
Cool. Yeah, the field.
Yeah, it's got Jamie Foxx, Robin Williams, Michael Gambon, Joan Cusack, Robin Wright, LL Cool J.
Yeah, it's a good watch.
Jack Warden. Hell yeah. He's one of the old men in While You're Sleeping. Love that movie. That's Toy Story, baby. Hell yeah. Ending strong right there. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And make sure to join us next week as we will be covering Men in Black, baby. So join us next week as we cover that movie. And if you want to send us an email or fan mail or whatever, top of the description, we have a little link you can click to send us some. At the bottom of the description, we have our email. We recommend mailbag@gmail.com. I would like to thank Joey Prosser, that handsome son of a bitch, for doing our intro and outro music. You can follow him on X at Mr. Joey Prosser. Also, leave us some reviews and some likes and, give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to. We'd love to hear from you and we'd love to get reviews and stuff. We're starting to get some followers. It's starting to get fun. Hell fucking yeah. We had 75 downloads one day, which is the most. Someone obviously listened to us and thought, hey, that sounds good. I'll download all of their episodes.
Or maybe something else.
Or it's like AI downloading our stuff and taking
one
our
of those
voices.
torture chambers where they make them listen to the same thing over and over.
It's like Clockwork Orange.
They've got their
holding
ears
the eyes
held
and
open.
holding the ears. Yeah. Hell yeah. Same page. All right. Hell yeah. This has been the We Recommend podcast. I've been Jesse.
I'm Jason.
And, you know, just this podcast, it's going to infinity and beyond.
Play with your toys.
Bye.